wholeness and balanced vibrations. Today, I'd like to speak about spiritual evolution and involution. And I was drawn to the metamorphosis of the life cycle of a butterfly. So, when a butterfly lays an egg that hatches into a larva or a caterpillar, which then turns into a pupa or a chrysalis, which then evolves into a butterfly, there are many lessons that we can learn from this. The larva stage of a butterfly is very ego-based in the sense that it's a constant consumer, and anything that comes in its path, it simply gobbles up and eats non-stop for 2 weeks of its life. And there's a hormone called the juvenile hormone that allows the larva to increase in size during this phase. It eventually gets too full up and it has to surrender almost and turn into a chrysalis. And the larva starts to dissolve into a protein-rich soup through an enzyme called the ecdysone hormone. Now, this was interesting as I was looking at this, because it was like the small self, the egoic self of illusion, dissolving and surrendering and going into its silence and staying there for a little while and dissolving, like completely dissolving the small self. However, one thing in common between the juvenile hormone of the larva stage and the ecdysone hormone of the chrysalis phase is they both contain imaginal cells, and these cells contain a divine blueprint for the DNA manifestation of evolution, allowing them and telling them and programming them that you are both from one source. And this is how nature is so beautiful. The larva stage is a my stage, whereas the pupa, the chrysalis stage, is a sacrificial stage, almost like a dissolving of the small self stage. In Vedic, in the Vedas, we call this sacrificial stage the yagna, the fire of dissolution. And fire is a great element to dissolve and renunciate, almost renouncing any ego attachments from the Maya and the illusion of the matrix. And during this phase, the body consciousness also dissolves as the spiritual soul consciousness increases. So, the ignorance of the small self from the fear, the sorrow, the consuming phase simply surrenders into complete darkness. And when this darkness is fully accepted and acknowledged, embraced and encompassed, Only then does the butterfly emerge as the real big self, the true self, the soul consciousness self. How beautiful is nature. And just like this, we all contain the infinite potential within us as a seed within us. And we contain these imaginal cells within us. And this imagination is simply our subconscious programming and our belief systems. And once we achieve the clarity of where we want to go through our conscious creation, by surrendering to the illusion of the matrix and accepting that our light within will always swallow the shadow self. Only then will our big I self, the real self, the soul self, and all its beautiful qualities start to emerge. And this simply comes by knowing that when you understand your potential, you can increase your vibration to create the energy that you need within you to raise your consciousness. So we can dissolve the lava of the small self and die a living death of our own egos, and start to live each moment, each sacred moment, as a mission of the divinity within us, with a detached compassion and gnosis that the whole universe is yours, and you're simply here on a mission to find that. And this can come about by creating new belief systems and new thoughts repeatedly. Practice them so that we can all transform like butterflies. Aho. To know is to become. Wholeness and balanced vibrations.